Alright, so this is my bug out bag. I'm going to go through the stuff that's in it. I'm not going to call this like the ultimate bug out bag, but there's a lot of stuff in it. The bag is a 511 or 5.11. I don't remember the exact size, but I think it's the biggest one that they sell. Just some real quick things about the bag. It's got this up on top, which I think they call is like the yoke type setup. It seems like it's pretty comfortable. There's some padding that's built in here, padding on the bottom, and then there's like these rubber strips that help the bag from moving. And it's got the waist clips here as well, you know, clips up on top. It's similar to like a rucksack, but obviously it seems like it's made a little bit nicer. The bag is made in China, which I guess you can't find a bag that's made in the United States. The weight of this bag as it stands right now is 35? Yeah, 35.8 pounds. So I thought they always said when we ruck marched that we had like 40 pounds in our pack. We never weighed it. They just told us what we had to have in it. I can tell you some of the items in here make this bag extremely heavy. One of them being this e-tool. This is no light piece of equipment to carry. So as you'll see, the bag looks like it's pretty full. I don't have a lot of clothing in it. A lot of guys will go through their bug out bags and tell me about how they have all this clothing and stuff in there. I don't really have a lot of clothing in there. That's not the way I'm going with this bag. I don't know. Let's just go through some real quick stuff on the outside and then I'll open it up. This here is like a medical pack. I don't even know what's in here. I'd have to open it to tell you. Oh, great. I don't know. I think it's, yeah, okay. So this is going to be first aid type stuff like band-aids, insect bite, stuff that you need to get to if you're bleeding quickly. I don't know what else. I might have some sort of clot pads in there too or something. Also got a Swiss Army knife in there. So, yeah, one thing I find that with bug out bags, the more knives you have, the better it is. So there again too, the knives add a lot of weight. Anything with iron adds weight. You get this zip now. So, yeah, and I just got some of these straps that hold it in. I got some of these D-clips here that just kind of slide underneath these, and then another one for clipping stuff. These lights here, it says photon. These are awesome. They're super bright. They're LED. I got one that's this like white light, and then I have one inside the pack that's red if you don't want to go for a lot of light. They work great. They're made in the United States, and they're very cheap, and I think they last a long time because they're LED. Obviously on the side here we got an E-tool. I can open that up for you. This is an actual E-tool, not like a Chinese made or knockoff. And it comes out of there really difficult, so I'm gonna have to set the camera down. See, this is why I didn't want to like go through everything. I don't want this video to be like 20 minutes long like some of those. So here it is, this E-tool. It says it says US here. It's got an actual NSN on it, national stock number. Where is it? Right there. Lighting's not the best. There you can see it. So yeah, it's an actual E-tool, and that's something that we carried in our packs every time we went. We actually used them a couple times. So yeah, so that's why I have it on here. If I was trying to cut down on weight, it probably, I'm going to be honest, would be the first thing to go, because the thing is, it just adds a lot of weight to the pack. I got these on the side here. These clips here, I don't know where these are made. It says Omega USA. These are actual load binding clips that you can use for climbing. Does it say weight on them? I don't know. They're rated for a lot of weight though. And they're, like I said, they're actually for climbing. So they're a pretty decent clip. And I just got them clipped behind here, and then I run my strap through. These are what we used as mechanics. We got these gloves. They're Camelback, I believe is the brand, like an Impact something. So those are good. I like those. I got a little thermometer here. This is basically worthless. It's really hard to read, and it's not very accurate, but that was one thing I've seen other guys got on their bags. I got a bunch of rope. I got this because it was cheap. It was made in the United States. It's the right color. And rope is rope. I think this rope is good to like 600 pounds or something ridiculous. So obviously it probably could be used for climbing. I think it says not to use it for climbing, but I really don't care. If it holds 600 pounds, I'm willing to take the risk with it. This knife here I got in one of our annual trainings for, I don't know, doing a good job or something, I guess. I think the brand is, I want to say Oneida. I don't know. I should know this. I think it says in the back of this. Ontario. Okay, so it's an Ontario knife company, and I think it says on this that it's a knife hunting survival pilot. I don't know what that means. So this I had, so I'm like, well, this is a good place to put it, is on the bug out bag. So that's where I put it. It also has a little, like a sharpening stone in here, which is nice. I'm not too concerned about the different colors on the bag, because I feel like the more colors you have on it, the better it's going to camouflage. So like browns, blacks, greens, it's good. Here we got another pack. I like this pack because it opens up and you can get to a bunch of stuff rather easily. Got a small set of binoculars here. They're alright, they're tree bark. I got this here, which is like a scissors for cutting stuff, clothing and that. And then I think there's like a signal mirror in here. Yeah, mirror glass signal. I don't know. We've never used them. It says military issue made in the United States. We never had a signal mirror for anything, so just something to put in the pack. Again, binoculars too. Anything like glass is heavy, so the binoculars add weight. Let's see here. What else can we do? Okay, so I don't know what type of bag this is. Oh, it says 511. It's got a little cross on it. It's green. So it's got like these zipper compartments. I got a bunch of, so this is a cleanup pack. So hydrocortisone cream, alcohol, burn cream, ointment, all that type of stuff. And all this stuff I got off of eBay, like one of these places that sells all these like stuffs for stocking first aid kits. And then they sell them as different things. So this was like an outdoor one. I just put them in bags and kind of redistribute. So there's like a poison ivy cream, a bug X, and then a sting relief in here. So that's stuff like that in there. And then on the top one, there's some, I don't know, they're called blood stops. Help stop bleeding quickly. I don't know what that, I guess it stops bleeding quickly. A bunch of alcohol prep pads, stuff like that. Directions for those blood clot things. Band-aids. So again, this would be stuff that you'd want to get to right away if like you need to get to it. So it's on the outside of the pack. I do have like medications and stuff like that on the inside. So that's what that looks like. I don't know if I can get this zip back up again. So in this brown bag up here, I got brown because that's what was available on eBay. And like I said, the brown I like because it helps blend in. It's a nice big bag. I don't know if I'm going to keep the stuff I have in there. I may change that. So, and then on the front, obviously the military issue, or we carried these. Again, this is another item I probably could do without. They're heavy. They're not extremely bright. They always seem to have an issue with keeping the light at the same level. There's always some issue with the contact points. But yeah, it's durable, and that's what we had when we hung them on the front of our packs when we road marched. And then this here is a military issue lens static compass. So it's got a stock number on it. And I think this is the one that actually has the, what is it called? I don't know, but they're like radioactive or whatever. They have the radioactive particles that are good for so many years. So that's the outside of the pack. Quickly here, actually I think I missed something, didn't I? Well, maybe I didn't. Why did I think I missed something? I guess I got everything so far. So I'll open it up. So right behind the yokes, there's a place for your sunglasses. It's got like a different type of lining. I just threw a pair of my BFGs in here. I think these are tinted. Yeah. So tinted ones, they're good. They're durable. Again, if you're in a bug out situation, anything will matter. And here I got all sorts of lighter stuff. Zippo, a bunch of these disposable lighters. I got a mirror in here just because it's nice to have a mirror. A bunch of chapsticks, another lighter, dental floss because I like that. It's got a pack of Black & Milds. I think there's only one in here. Not so much for smoking, but again for making fire. Like, easy to make a fire if you got something that's already kind of burning. So, and I don't see anyone that carries cigars in their pack, and I think that's something that would be helpful. So this is a small side of the pack here, or I think they call it the admin pocket. What I got in here is a bunch of these emergency Mylar blankets, still in the wrapper. I think there's some markers or something in here. Oh, right in the rain pad there. It's a yellow one. I got a garbage bag, or a couple garbage bags at the bottom here. You never know, those would come in handy for stuff. Bunch of or two of the different styles of the can openers for the old cans. I don't know if you've ever seen these before. I think they're like I don't know, I want to say a P51 or something. I don't know. I think these are USA made one. Yeah, both these are made in the US. I don't know, they're old school military can openers. What else? I got a key for a bunch of locks. It's a military key. It's for like 6 different locks that I have. And then here's another one of those lights. This is the red one. It's bright and it's nice because it's red, so it keeps down your light. So it's nice for looking in the pack. The top here, this is where I got some of those medications. So just over-the-counter stuff. Pepto-Bismol, aspirin. There's Rolaids in here. It says medication. Oh, this is just like a generic pack I bought off the internet. So it's like generic brand stuff. What else we got in here? I think there's ibuprofen, Tylenol. Stuff like that, yeah. And I put everything in plastic bags. You know, the bags should probably be waterproof, but it's nice to have Ziploc bags, and they're always useful for something else. Yeah, and here I just got a bunch of markers. These are those, I think they're alcohol markers or something like that. Lumina, I don't know. We had to buy these for something. I don't know why, but we had to have these in basic training, and then once we were done, everybody threw them away. So I went through the garbage and brought them home because I'm not one for throwing stuff away. In this other pocket here, cotton balls, more Band-Aids, hand sanitizer. That stuff's good too, I guess. So that's what's in this small one. Alright, so one other thing I forgot about in this pocket here is this here is another emergency space blanket. It's pretty small. Got that stuffed in there. It says made in the United States, so that's nice. I try to get as much as the stuff made in the United States as possible. Suntan lotion or sunscreen, SPF 100. Yeah, okay. What's this? Well, this is like one of those ice packs or instant ice pack things. So I got one of those. That's kind of heavy too, where some of the weight comes in. I don't know. I was told that was something that I should have in a pack. So there you go. Okay, so there was a knife missing. This K-bar. What happened was when I weighed it, I must have had this top clip open like this. When I set the pack down, yep, just like that, this fell off. It was laying in where the scale was in the bathroom. So I like this. It's an actual military knife. Again, these got good reviews. It's big, it's good, it's solid, it's made in the United States, it's nice. And again, like I said, the more knives you have, the better your bug out bag is apparently. So what I don't understand is a lot of these guys that do that, I'm going to leave this off for now, bags get ridiculously heavy. Like 35.8 pounds is not a light pack. So sides here, typical stuff. What is this, a life straw? Yeah, so you got a life straw in here. Those seem to be pretty common in most. And then I just got an Nalgene with a larger open cap, so if you want to dump water or carry water in there, it's easy to fill. Then there's a canteen cup on the bottom there that this nests in, I guess, which is nice. And then there's just a Propel packet back there, which I'll probably never use, but that's what that looks like. So this is nice. So if you have to heat water, you could with that canteen cup. This is a 30-hour candle tin. It's a survival candle. It's got 3 wicks. So I've never used it, but I just set that on top. This pack works good. These side pockets for like these long, taller items. So I kind of got my water stuff on the side here, and then that candle just because it fits in there nicely. So again, if you need something to go, the candle's nice and it's not a lot of weight. This side over here, it's kind of more of a random stuff. Got this, which is some sort of, oh, this is what the bag is that the gloves came in. Is it Corona? Oops, I gotta let the camera refocus here, or I must have bumped the side. There we go. So it's a Corona, I don't know, saw, I guess. Yeah. So here it is. It's a quick saw. This thing is extremely sharp. I've never cut anything with it, but it's nice to have in there if you need to cut branches to make fire. And then it's got a lock here. You just hold this down. It's not super expensive. And you can see it doesn't line up here just perfect. It's got a spot you could run a string through if you wanted to hang it on your pack. I didn't want to put it on the outside because red would draw attention, so that's why it's on the inside and the side pocket here. Just a flashlight. LED. It's got 3 and then a 1. It's a crank flashlight. This I haven't seen in anybody's pack. These are also very heavy, just the weight of them. Emergency road flares, and you can ignite these with the caps. They last 3 to 15 minutes, it says, in a resealable bag, which is nice. They will provide, oh, they're made in the United States, that's good too. These will provide light, but also you could start a fire with them. So I probably don't need all 3 because, like I said, these are heavy, but it's nice to have them, and they work well. And then I just got some light sticks, just cheap jobs, not the actual military spec lights. So that's what's in those side pockets. Okay, so this is inside the pack. I'm going to take everything out of here and lay it on this poncho liner. I know some guys call it something else, a b.o.b or something. I don't know, we never called it that. We always called it poncho liner. So yeah, things that I have in here that may be ridiculous to others. I got a AM/FM weather radio in here. I'll go through that. I'll lay that out on the thing. The directions for it in here. These are kind of ridiculous too. I got these for Christmas. Pair of Nikon binoculars. We'll look at those in a second. This is usually rolled up much nicer. Some of these really terrible brown military towels that really don't serve any purpose, but they pack small. It's like a pullover sweatshirt. 6x8 tarp. Got that in a bag. What else we got in here? Oh, the charger for that. Radio. A bunch of these Starbucks ready to brew coffee things. I don't know why those are in there. So yeah, the compartment's pretty big. It's got this drawstring compartment. I don't use that for anything. Up on top here, because this is an inner pocket, a ton of matches, bunch of lighters, waterproofs. I got a orange fire steel here. I don't even know what kind this is. What does it say? Light My Fire. Yeah, that must be the brand. So I don't even know what I got invested in this. I'm pretty sure the bag was $100. The binoculars I got for Christmas, those were expensive. After I looked them up, those were way nicer than what I wanted. I'm not going to complain because it's a Christmas gift. Oh, a bunch of paracord. That's good. 550 cord, 100 feet. Made in the United States by an approved government contractor. Okay. I think that's all that's got in there. So that's always good to have too if you want to use that with the tarp, or I got that rope I could also use to make a shelter with. Oh, I got a survival manual in here too. So that's good. It's thick, it's got pictures. Pictures are good. And what's up on this top one here? Nothing. I got nothing up on the top one. So yeah, not a lot of clothing in here, I'm not gonna lie. But oh, and I do have a thing of cotton balls soaked in Vaseline in here somewhere too. I think just stuffed on the outside. So I'll lay this stuff out here and show you what I got in the. Okay, so this is everything that is inside the pack. In the way of packing a bunch of clothing, I figure if I'm if it's winter, I'm gonna have winter clothing on already, so it doesn't pay to pack a bunch of stuff like that in there. And if it's summer, well, you just take clothing off then. So the only thing I really packed was that sweatshirt. I might throw a couple other things in there, but the other thing I don't have a bunch of stuff in is like toothpaste and stuff like that. I don't know that I'm gonna keep that in there. That's not a real necessity type thing. It'd be great to have, but that's just adding more weight to this bag. This radio though, I like it. It wasn't cheap. I want to say it was like 70 bucks, but it has a crank feature on it, so it's got a built-in battery that you can replace. It also takes three AA batteries, and then it also has a solar charger on the back here, right here, so that you can flip up. The solar charger will not keep up as the radio is on, but it'll help recharge that internal battery. So you have a couple different options there. It does have weather station, so let's see if I turn on. So that's just the radio, and then. So.
For tonight, more rain is forecast across upper Michigan, Wisconsin, Iowa, and northern Illinois, with only northern Minnesota.
Seven different channels for that. So now it's running on the dynamo side. That's what it's called, or the internal battery. Top here, there's a display that lights up, which is cool, and it's also got a LED light that's pretty bright. You also can battery pack. This is for the battery pack charger. That's why I carry that AC charger. Then also you can charge your phone with it, supposedly, headphone jack. I've never tried charging a phone. I mean, it does work. I put it in there just to see, and my phone said that it was taking a charge. I don't know how well that would work. And you just got the crank on the side there. So I carry that along because that's nice to have. I kept all the original packaging with it, and then I put it in a Ziploc bag so it stays dry. These were the binoculars that I got. I don't even know what the actual spec on these are. 10 by 50s, so they're pretty powerful. It says that they're waterproof. They're rubber coated. They work well. They're just heavy, and I wanted something a little bit more compact, closer to that same spec, just not as heavy. And then there's some of the other stuff I showed you. I just got it out. I got a lot of matches here. These are military matches out of MRE. Just lighters, stuff like that. And then these Coleman, they're called waterproof matches. Keep everything in a waterproof bag except for this, because this really doesn't matter. So yeah, and then the tarp, that survival manual, brown towel, and the book for the radio. So that's stuff on the inside. I don't know. I think I'm on a pretty good start with this bug out bag stuff. I mean, I've used the bag before. There's a lot of stuff you don't use if you're going somewhere with it, but like I said, I have no idea what I got in this, but it wasn't cheap. I think this thing here I bought at a military surplus store. I want to say I spent 20 bucks on it for the weather poncho, or wet weather poncho is what it says here. So I just picked out one that had everything on it. It wasn't too worn out. So there you go. That's what it looks like. And like I said, it's a 35.8 pounds. It's a 511 pack. I don't know. It might be is it a 72-hour pack? Is maybe that what it is? I don't know. I can list some of the stuff on the site, or on the. Right, and then the last thing with this, here it is, put back together again. And this is what it looks like on the side with that K-bar. So I just run a strap through here, and then this kind of keeps this tucked in, which is good on those load straps. And then one thing I forgot to mention, I have a Leatherman in here, and that's another thing too that you could probably take off to lose some weight otherwise. So that's what the pack looks like. Oh yeah, and there's a zipper right up in here. This is for the glass. That's the glasses. That's not the one. Where is it? Right here maybe? Yeah, you can see there's a zipper down in here. That's actually for a bladder type system. If you want to put in a, you can run it through here then. Oh man, I got a lot of shadows going on. There we go. That's where the hose would come through. So like a camelback type setup. I don't have anything like that in there. Maybe I'll get something like that, but like I said, the more stuff like that, water's going to add weight to that. So that's what it is.